So, I want to talk about something called generalized anxiety disorder. So, last month, the beginning of at the ending of October, I found out that I have generalized anxiety disorder. I knew that I had it because the psychiatrist told me. The psychiatrist just told me that I had anxiety, but I didn't know what type of anxiety. And now I have like a confirmation from the psychiatrist and the therapist saying that I'm being treated for generalized anxiety disorder. I didn't know I was still being treated for generalized anxiety disorder, but that's what the letter I got from a therapist says. And yeah, so I have that. I mean, since I'm currently being treated for it, does it go away? Does it not go away? I don't know, like, I don't get any of this. But what are some things I want to say? Okay, so in my opinion, I guess this is what I had, like, when I was feeling sick or whatever. So, I was diagnosed with this long time ago, and I've recovered from it, I guess. Like, months ago, I recovered already from it, months ago. So, I guess, in my opinion, I don't have it, but who knows. So, I'm going to read out of the website, I'm going to read what it means and all that stuff, because I don't really know what it means. And they haven't really told me what it means. Generalized anxiety disorder is a pattern of constant worry and anxiety over many different activities and events. So I guess to them I seem worried and all this. I'm not sure that's what it means, but I'm not sure if I was worried, if that was my problem, that I was worried all the time. Maybe I was worried about other things. I don't know. Like, that's what they saw in me. Sorry if I'm talking a lot. Okay, so the causes. It's a common condition. Genes may play a role. Stress may also contribute to the development of GAD. Anyone can develop the disorder, even kids. So I noticed that it said stress, and I agree with that because I was always stressed, and before I was diagnosed with this, my friends would tell me, "Oh, you look too stressed. You look too stressed out," and I was stressed out. But at that time, when my friends told me that I looked stressed, I had nothing to worry about. But I was just stressed out for no reason. Like, I wasn't going to school at that time, so like I didn't really have to stress out over anything, and I was stressed. But before that, before like the summer, I was really stressed out. School was stressing me out and all this problems. So symptoms. I'm going to read symptoms. The main symptom is the almost constant presence of worry or tension. Even when there is little or no cause, worry seems to float from one problem to another, such as family, relationships, work issues, money, health, and other problems. Even when aware that their worries or fears are stronger than needed, a person with JD still has difficulty controlling them. Okay, so they said symptoms and they talk about health. Health was a big issue for me. Like, I did worry about my health all the time because I was feeling sick. And I remember when I was going to therapy, that's what I would talk about, my health and how I felt sick here, 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 here. And I would tell my therapist my physical symptoms. And that's what I would do. And then every session, I would talk about my physical symptoms. And then my therapist was like, oh, I noticed that you have difficulty talking about emotional problems. And I was like, why do I need to talk about emotional problems? It's not the emotional problems, it's the physical symptoms. I had so many physical symptoms, just like this smell, this smell was in there, and then I felt nauseous, my stomach hurted, I choked a lot, couldn't sleep. So I would just talk about my physical symptoms, and like at the end of the session, like all I would get, like after so many months or whatever, weeks or sessions of going to therapy, like all I got is, I can't help you. So I was like, what? You can't help me? Like, what the hell? And the only reason I was talking to my therapist about my physical symptoms was because the first time I went to my physician for help, and my physician sent me elsewhere, and then someone else sent me elsewhere, and that's how I ended up there. They're like, oh, they could help you there. So I was like, I was very naive into thinking that they could help me. Anyways, I'm going to talk about other symptoms. Difficulty concentrating. So that was one of my main problems. When I saw my first therapist, I couldn't concentrate. They would ask me questions. It's like, I don't want to answer questions. Like, I was just like, oh, I can't answer questions. I don't want to. Fatigue, I don't know what fatigue is. Irritability, yes, I feel irritated all the time. Problem falling asleep or staying asleep, and sleeping that is often restless and unsatisfying. Yes, that was a major issue for me. And sleep was very negative for me. So when I was going to school, I couldn't sleep. Like, when I was about to hit the bed, it was 5:45 a.m. It was when I was like, oh, I have 15 minutes to go to get ready. And I have 15 minutes only left, and then I'm going to have to leave the house in 15 minutes. So then I would only take a 5-minute sleep, and I have to wake up at 6 and leave the house before 6. And like then after that I would have to stand up in class all day, and I couldn't do it. I was like, it was very frustrating for me doing that, and I did it for a while, and it affected me. And after, like, I don't know when, but there was this other time when I didn't sleep for 24 hours. And I was like, okay, so I have class around 3 and it's gonna end at 6. So when I get home, I'm going to stay up for like 3 hours and then go to sleep, so I could get sleep in the night, because I couldn't sleep in the night. And then it turns out that I didn't sleep for 24 hours. No, wait. So it turns out that I didn't get all that sleep, and I went to sleep and I only got 2 hours of sleep. So I was like, no, what the hell? Like, only 2 hours of sleep? How could that happen? Like, I didn't sleep for 24 hours. So I should have slept for more hours, and that was my breakdown. Also, like, I spent the whole summer just thinking about it. Like, the whole summer, I was like, I'm going to the doctor today, I'm going to the doctor today, I'm going to the doctor today, I'm going to the doctor today. And I was like, that I'm going to the doctor today, I'm going to the doctor today. And I just couldn't, like, my sleeping routine changed. Like, it was just all different all the time. And I was like, okay, you know what? There's a mental health service option that your college offers. So I went to the college. I made an appointment, and I was like, okay, finally, after months, I'm going to be able to go to the one in my college, and they're going to be able to help me. I make my first appointment, and they cancel on me. I was like, no. I was very devastated. So after that, like I tried calling a hotline too, and then the chat line, what the chat line told me was like, oh, we can help you. We only help veterans. I'm like, okay. And then I ended up in the hospital. Like, that was awful. And I ended up in the hospital because I couldn't sleep. Well, I'll explain it in another video, but restless often, blah blah blah. Signs and tests, treatment. So one of the ways they tried treating anxiety, my anxiety, was CBT, talking to a therapist. That didn't work. Like, that's not gonna work. I talked to 2 therapists. And then the next option was seeing a psychiatrist and medication. So since I was diagnosed with anxiety, was not prescribed SSRIs. I was not prescribed antidepressants. I was not prescribed those other drugs. What I was prescribed was something called propranolol. And I took 20 mg. So I took that for months. And then after like months, I was like, fuck that shit. I'm not taking it anymore. Why should I take this medication? And then like I stopped taking it. I was like, whatever. Like, I still feel the same. And yeah, I mean, other ways they helped me like relax and not stressed out. I was told techniques for anxiety. I didn't seek group therapy. It was just individual. So yeah, that's my story with anxiety. Since I got a letter from my therapist this month, I'm currently being treated for it. I don't know what that means. I guess I have it. I don't know. And I think another medication that was given to me for anxiety was one called propanazine, and it's 2 mg. So I would take that twice a day for every day. It's only taking medication every day. And I would forget to take medication. So I mean, I do agree with the doctors that I had anxiety before. Also, I would like to mention that I took a psychology class, Psychology 1, and I read about anxiety. And in college, like, if I would have seen anxiety, like, I would have never guessed that I had it. So I think it's pretty interesting what the doctor sees in a person, and they know, like, they really do know. Yeah, that's it. So I'm going to make another video talking about my other mental disorder, but I don't know if it's official. I don't know what else to talk about. What else could I talk about that relates to anxiety? No one in my family has it. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think anyone in my family has it. I hope no one has it. Yeah, that's it. Goodbye.